Why thin seedlings? When plants are too close together, they will compete for resources such as sunlight, nutrients, and water. Thinning out seedlings will reduce competition and give plants increased access to resources, allowing them to be strong and healthy. Plants will grow to a larger size and produce greater yields. What seedlings need to be thinned? Plants that are too close together will need to be thinned. Usually, plants that are too close are the result of not spacing seeds appropriately when directly seeding by hand. Sometimes there is no way to prevent this, as you will not be sure which seeds are viable and so plant more than you need, or the seeds will be too small to want to bother spacing them the distance suggested on the seed package. When transplanting seedlings, you can plant them at the suggested distance apart, so they will not need to be thinned. If you do not want your plants to grow to their full size and want to harvest them before they are fully grown, you do not need to thin. When to thin seedlings. When seedlings emerge from the ground, the first leaves you see are the cotyledons. These are not true leaves, but were inside the seed the whole time. They are a different shape than the true leaves. The true leaves grow after the seedling has sprouted, and they are in the shape that all the following leaves will have. You can start thinning after 1 to 2 sets of these true leaves have grown because you can tell how crowded the plant will be. You can thin continuously as a plant grows larger. Evening, early morning, or on a cloudy day are the best times to thin. The seedlings remaining in the ground will be shocked after you thin, so it is better if there are no other stressors present, such as heat, to hinder their recovery. How to thin seedlings. You can use scissors to cut the seedlings you wish to remove, or you can pull them out. The problem with pulling them out is that you might disturb the roots of the seedlings you want to keep. Check the seed package to find details on ideal spacing for the particular plant you are thinning. If there is no information, or if you no longer have the package, you can use the general rule that no leaves of one plant should be touching the other. When you are thinning, choose the largest, healthiest seedling to keep and remove the smaller plants around it. Many types of thinnings, from radishes to lettuce, can be saved and eaten. Make sure to water afterward to aid in the recovery of the remaining plants. Experiment and curriculum integration. Experiment. One possible experiment is carried out in the following way. Plant 2 rows of the same type of vegetable. Thin one of the rows as the plants grow, and do not thin the other. Talk about competition for resources and the results of competition. Predict how the plants in the row you do not thin will grow compared to the row that you do thin. Make observations on the appearance of the plants in the 2 rows. Compare and record any size, shape, or color difference. You can also take a look at the roots of the plants. Try this test on other types of plants. Do some react differently to competition than others? Using your observations, draw a conclusion about the results of competition and why it is important to thin seedlings. Curriculum integration. This experiment integrates some prescribed learning outcomes from the processes of science, earth and space science, and life science for kindergarten to grade 7 as outlined in the BC school curriculum. Examples of PLOs that can be covered include: describe the basic needs of local plants. Describe how plants are harvested and used throughout the season. Explain why air, water, and soil are important to living things. Make predictions supported by reason and relative to the content.